Man, I really need to consider installing Pretzel. Alrighty, let's get Isaac fired up. Hello, bird. Can you hear the extremely cowboy music in the background? That is intentional, but like I want to make sure it's actually audible. It's probably quite quiet, but that's fine. Okay. Turn it up a little bit. That's our hold music. If you would like to learn where that is from, there is a credit link below the viewing window. But I'm not sure for how long we will be using the Ben Sounds free music library, but you know. 25% off AI War 2. Thanks, Steam. Let's stop that and get some Isaac going. Are you feeling country yet, bird? Oh, I forgot to open. Oh no, I got Discord open. What am I talking about? Just let the chat know, not the chat, the group DM know that if they want to drop in, they are more than welcome. Drop by. Cool.
Isaac and his mother lived alone in a small house on
Hank Williams intensifies.
Drawing pictures.
Nah, I was asking if you were feeling like a real cowboy yet. Cause the fucking yeehaw country interlude. I have a run in progress. That's weird. Well, we're gonna ignore that, and I'm going to remember to take the banner down so you guys can see A, yourselves, and B, the game. We're just gonna do an Edom run. Hello, also, Mayor Colossus. Isaac of nuts to your face. Hello, bunny.
Tears up.
Hey, an actual good pill that I started with for once. How often does that happen? Bunny, you missed the yeehaw interlude that started the stream. But no worries, we will probably get to experience real yeehaw music again when I switch over to GeoGuessr later. Thank you, Colossus. Now we can all learn how to be a better cowboy. Oh, it's the clown nose. It's the Mala item. Alternately, this is the item that I wear when I go on Twitter.com and defend Kanye West. Alright. I don't actually remember what Bozo does. I think it's like a very slight tears upgrade and a single spirit heart. It's kind of a low impact item is the way that I would classify this one. It does turn you into a clown though, and you know, there's worse things in the world to be than a clown. Yeah, how's everybody doing out there this fine evening? I haven't streamed in a couple days. I've been feeling restless about it. Oh, I guess that's what Bozo does. Which, you know, those are useful, so I won't complain. Mostly tired? You know, I can get that. My sleep schedule's been all fucked up again lately, which is why I am streaming at 7 p.m. instead of earlier, which is when I usually stream on my non-shapes and form days, but you know how it goes. Alright, well I didn't really want that, but I might as well try to find a secret room. Improved quality of life since deleting Reddit, hell yeah. Wait, the whole site? I am very funny, please laugh. No. But, yeah, I've been, like, talking to friends and stuff instead of fucking checking my subscription tab like every 12 minutes. It's been great. I don't even go to r/AnimeIRL and be mad at how low effort all of the memes are. Bunny. But, yeah, like, if anybody out there has a Reddit account, I do advise getting rid of it. It's just not, you know, there's no such thing as a good social media site, but I feel like Reddit is near the bottom. Cringe. Yeah, you know. I think that's a fair description, for the most part. I forgot that the jawbone item could, like, fetch things for you. Can I get this pill? Yeah, look at that. Do I actually want to use it is the second question. I don't want to open that yet. I'd like to go to the item room. Yeehaw. Yeah, I mean, if that works too, like, more power to you. I just don't have that kind of willpower. Because what I always would end up doing is I'd be like, well, I will be on here less, and then I would be for, like, a day, and then I would just go back. And, you know, it's easier to just deprive yourself of the whole mechanism, in my case. Other people who have more discipline than I do, you know, things may work differently. Yeah. Reddit. It's a bad website. Oh, it's Monstro and some buddies. I don't think I've ever seen this boss room arrangement before. Which is like a bunch of, I forget what these zombie guys are called, but a bunch of those dudes just kind of floating around. Yeah, I like Evil Eye. It's a really good item, and I never hear people talk about it when they talk about, like, their favorite items in the game. Evil Eye might be up there for me. Jawbone's not bad either, and neither is Bozo, now that I actually remember what it does. I don't know when they added Bozo. I think that was a between updates item. It was one of those minor, like, item pack things that they dropped after Afterbirth Plus came out. Ooh, the super bandage. Well, we got plenty of stuff to take hearts with, or take items with. Wow, that was a little embarrassing. But, yeah, I will take the sack dagger. Yeah, I'll play you a couple times. Give me something good, bud. Well, here's a strategy that I didn't think of. And hey, the contract from below. A very good item.
Retro.
What's this? Retrovision. And relax. Neither of which are very good, but, you know. It is what it is. Yeah, that's kind of the game's sense of humor in a nutshell. You know, I love this game to pieces. It is legitimately one of my favorite, like, just ever. The aesthetic is a little weak. Why am I going this way when the... Right, I was going to look for the secret room. Okay. But the aesthetic could use a little work. I don't know. Maybe I'm just overly squeamish. Reminds me I gotta pick up Noatama at some point as far as, like, roguelites go. God, do you guys remember that period of time where people were arguing whether these games should be called roguelites or roguelike-likes? I still kind of prefer the term roguelike-likes because it's stupid as fuck. Do you enjoy games that are similar to Rogue? By the way, I've actually played the original Rogue. It is not a very good game. I mean, part of that is just the standards have changed since, like, 1983 or whenever the fuck it came out, but, like, you know, there's a couple from that era that still hold up decently well. Rogue just isn't one of them. If it has graphics, it's not a roguelike. Yo, the Berlin definition is, like, one of my least favorite things in gaming culture, but we can't talk about that. We'll be here all day. I actually do like a good amount of traditional roguelikes. I am a huge fan of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. It's one of my favorite games ever. That's something I should stream sometime, actually. But, it's just like, it's just sort of annoying. Like, the definitional arguments. Those fun times when there was a new roguelike like every week. Yeah, it was the genre of, it was like the trend genre for a while. I don't know what that is now. Like, I guess Battle Royale games still, but those you kind of have to have a higher budget to make. I don't know. Somebody who buys more than like 3 games a year, tell me what the hot trend genre is right now. Although I've actually been able to procure more this year than most. In fact, my physical copy of River City Girls arrived today in a purple envelope. They didn't like put it in a box or anything. It's just like the case is in like a purple plasticky sleeve with bubble wrap around it. Which, by the way, if you haven't played River City Girls, you're missing out. The hot trend is me. Ah yes, my favorite genre of video game, Bird Simulator. I guess that's what Untitled Goose Game is, right? Bird Simulator. Buying River City Girls. It's a good game. I got the Switch version, since that is the only... Well, I didn't get it. It was actually got for me as a gift, but, the version I was given is the Switch version, because that is the only one with a physical copy. But I believe there is a PC port also, if you prefer the convenience of playing it on your home computer. Actually, no, I know there's a PC port. The only bad thing about me having the Switch version is it means I'm probably not going to be able to stream it or anything. Like, I could, but the Elgato is an uncooperative machine at the best of times. I guess we will see, like, where, if anywhere, that particular, journey takes us. If I can get it to work, obviously I'll stream it, but I don't know if I'll be able to. Can't get it physically anymore? Yeah, it was a limited run. Friend of the channel, Rakshi, was kind enough to purchase a copy for me before they sold out. It was very nice of him. He definitely did not have to do that, but he did.
Friends till the end.
Alright. Well, we got knowledge out of that, at least. I was kind of hoping there would be another Tears upgrade in there, but oh well. 2 of diamonds. 2 of clubs. I think I'm just going to pop the 2 of clubs now, and then take the 2 of diamonds with us. Something else I'd like to try streaming. I got Stellaris the other day, finally. It was on sale for like $10. And I only have the base game, but friend of the channel and sometimes Shapes and Forms co-host Win has, I think, all of the major DLC. So we might be doing something with that in the nearest future. Stay tuned. Nearish, not nearest. I think the nearest future is like the next picosecond, which we have already long entered by the time I finished saying that. Yeah, I will take the Pact and a Thame. It's two very good items. Can I find a secret room? I guess not. There was a lot of apertures that could have been in on this floor. We're going down, down, baby. You're placing a Range Rover. That song has a certain lyric in it that is aged very poorly, but otherwise, still a banger. I actually like Nelly quite a lot. I feel like he kind of never got the respect he deserved, but maybe that's just personal bias. There was a time when Nelly was like as big of a deal as, you know, 50 Cent or anybody in that whole group of note. And I feel like nobody really mentions him anymore. Going down, down, baby. Your place in a Range Rover. Now, if I really wanted to just completely steal Northern Lions' brand, I'd talk about how underrated Twista is, but I think everybody knows that by now. Hell yeah.
Cheers up.
Something, something, ice on my hands and wrists. Yeah, I never really thought, like, are your wrists not part of your hands? Not to dissect rap lyrics for plot holes, because I'm not caught in the shadows, but, like, are they part of... I guess they're kind of like the bit that joins your hand to the rest of your arm, rather than being part of your hand specifically. I wonder what causes Little Spewer to change what he spits. It's like a door between a room and a hallway? I guess that's true. Also, Ye is in the building like hallways? That might be Kanye West's last actually good lyric. That whole verse is pretty good, actually. I have no idea if he wrote it. That's never a sure thing with Kanye. In fact, I think most of the time he has other people write for him. That's hilarious, Colossus. I have listened to more of Vanilla Ice's non-Ice Ice Baby work than I think most people have. And I am here to tell you that your inspector is high. Or he has very low standards, one or the other. Listening to fucking Stomping Through the Swamp off of that album he made when he was signed to Psychopathic. Also, yes, Vanilla Ice was, for a while, like, part of the same, record label as the Insane Clown Posse. I mean, yeah, like, the problem with Vanilla Ice was not, strictly speaking, that he was a bad rapper. It's kind of a similar problem to what someone like perennial this channel punching bag Logic has nowadays, which is that he is perfectly fine at the technical part of rapping, you know, breath control and putting lyrics together, but the issue is like all of the other things that go into being a good rapper. Also, like, this is not a requirement for hip-hop now, and it certainly wasn't back then. But those lyrics don't mean anything. Like, he's just saying he's good at rapping. You know, wax a chump like a candle, like, because candles are made of wax. Do you get it? It's not, like, a bad... Actually, like, I don't think that Ice Ice Baby is a bad song. It's just kind of a simple song. Which, if you are into things like that, there are, in my opinion, like, better songs from that time period that do some of the same things. I really like My Mic Is On Fire by Lord Shafike, which is from a year or two or before Ice Ice Baby. And is another one that's just like a rap about how good the guy is at rapping. It is a little more audibly 80s, but I don't think that's a bad thing. What do you do again? Mr. Me, can do. I believe that's a Rick and Morty reference. I'm not entirely sure, though. Yes, my favorite television program, Richard and Mortimer. Does Rick and Morty get some unfair shit? Yes, but also it is supremely easy to make fun of. The fucking Szechuan sauce thing, man. You can't make that up. There's some other early rap music that I like. Hey, here's a fucking take so cold you could freeze food with it. You know, Rakim, very good rapper. Slick Rick, very good rapper. Beastie Boys, I don't like their first album that much, but I really like Paul's Boutique. That's like one of my favorite records ever. The Jungle Brothers are pretty good, and I never see them get mentioned. They're part of it. They were, I don't know to what extent the Native Tongues clique still exists, but they were part of that with the Tribe Called Quest. And they came out first, even, but they seem to not really get any respect for it. I'll be right back. I need water. So, I could not find a cup, so I just brought the entire 2-liter of water out here. What's up, people? Alrighty. Also, sorry for the random designer ad-lib that got in there somehow. Sometimes water is just that refreshing. And we're clearing out the room of the deadly babies. And it goes. What's the vibe for tonight, chat? I need a vibe to work with. That came out wrong. I should think about what I'm about to say for more than like half a second before I say it. Oddly large floor. I guess we are on the depths already. Chicken nuggies. I've never seen that before. A doctor asks Gonzo what they are, and they say an artist. That's really good. Which was Gonzo? I'm not super familiar with Muppets. I watched a lot of Sesame Street as a kid, so I know most of the core Sesame Street's cast, at least from that era. But I'm not as familiar with the Muppets. I don't know which one Gonzo is off the top of my head. See the one that kind of looks like Grover from Sesame Street? It's blue, got a beak. The one with the hook nose. Okay, cool. I was right. I was never entirely clear who the Muppets was aimed at. Like, is the Muppets for more for adults than Sesame Street? Was that kind of the idea? Or was it just like a kid show, but there was a lot of humor also for the parents? Because that was a pretty common thing back then, too. What's this? Missing page 2. Alright, I forgot what that looked like, but that's fine. We could just go down to the next floor. I got a ping. It's possible that one of my cohorts wants to join me. Ah, no, I've been DM'd the comic. This is a very good comic. I would put it on screen if that was not prohibitively complicated. But actually, Colossus, if you want to drop the link in the chat so people can take a look. Pardon me for that. I woke up on the wrong side of the bed today or something. I feel like kind of tired and a little groggy. I'm not sure what's going on there. I might just be dehydrated. I did not drink a lot of water yesterday. Your girl has a terrible habit of just because I drink something that's not water, usually soda, though not always, I'll be like, yeah, I'm good, I'm hydrated. However, anybody who knows anything about hydration will inform you that things with high sodium content, like soda, actually only dehydrate you further, so you are not hydrated from drinking them. If you're going to drink soda, you should drink as much or more water. Which is a thing that I know intellectually, but also I'm an idiot, so sometimes I just forget to do that. Yes, I would like to do this. Well, that was underwhelming. Idiot rights? Picture of Hibiki Tachibana from Symphogear goes here. But yes, this is a very good comic. I'm an artist. That's what I'm gonna say from now on if I get asked any transphobic "what are you" questions. It's gonna be I thought you knew. I'm an artist. Still thinking about that time a week or two, it was 2 weeks ago, I think, where I got called a transgender on Reddit. That was a time. Wait, why did it make an oh no sound? That was perfectly fine. The lump of coal is a good item. What if it was a lump of Cole Sprouse? There's a joke for you. I don't know anything about Cole Sprouse, so I can't even go anywhere with that. He's an actor, I think. What do we got here? Relax is not useful. Not to me, not right now. Fuck your feelings. Alrighty. The D4. Hey, here's something. No. You have not had to actually pick items up to take them out of the item pool since the original Flash game. And I still do it, just like out of habit. Big mood when I did play. Yeah, like, I think it's just one of those things that gets in there and never really leaves. I suppose it is. You know what, I will take the moon card. We're not gonna need the, vamoose to the item room at any point, because just like, we've got a trillion keys, by which I mean literally 48 keys. Let's just go. You guys ever think about, like, Isaac? Isaac and his Isaac lived in an Isaac on top of an Isaac. Isaac, Isaac, Isaac. Isaac, Isaac, Isaac. Isaac stayed in his Isaac, as his mother watched Christian Isaac on the Isaac. I'm very sorry. I don't know how my commentary well ran this dry this quickly. Let's go down to the next floor. Christian Isaac, yeah, you know. The Isaac of Isaac is one of the best YouTube videos of all time. It's up there with more recent classics, such as, Out of Touch by, Hall & Oates, but it's set to the Lucky Star opening, and Chica Mode. Of course, the best YouTube video is tragically an unlisted one, and is, fucking Dick Wolf from our good friend Haru Specs. Or no, Dick Idol, sorry. It's a good song to have stuck in your head, honestly. Like, it's a good piece of music. I don't even really like Hall & Oates that much. Or more accurately, I don't know very much about their music. But that song is undeniable. But I'm out of my head when you're not around. You guys like video games? The Roid Rage. Speed and range up. Okay. I don't know what I'm gonna find by looking, like exploring the rest of the floor. I should just head on down, I think. Also, two floors in a row with no devil deal, which is a little bit annoying. Video games aren't real. This is a pretty serious bro moment here. Well, that's new. I didn't realize you could make the horse disappear while you had it equipped. That's really funny. By using the wardrobe. Actually, we should blow this up and try to get another tiers upgrade. Bombs are key.
Are you a wizard?
Oh, great. You know, I don't think anybody even remembers the meme that the Are You a Wizard pill is named after. It was like a guy who was cross-eyed and the caption just said, "Are you a wizard?" That was the whole joke. 2009 was a different time. I'm still not sure what makes Spewer change what he spews. Is it like passing over a different kind of creep? An enigma for the ages. I'm not sure. I'm either gonna switch over after this run or do one more and then switch over. Let's see how I feel. Wow, just walk into the fire, because who gives a fuck? I'm going to be very upset with myself if I die on this run. Alright. Oh yeah, I've been thinking about doing something for the channel, and while there's at least a couple people here, I would like to get opinions. I didn't mean to do that. So, there is this thing, like a widget you can install on a Twitch channel called Pretzel Nugget. And what it does is it is a music player that plays royalty-free music. However, if people donate bits, which is the, like, if you're not familiar, is Twitch's, like, alternate currency. You buy them, and then you can donate them, and if I get a certain amount donated to me, I get a payout, or something like that. But, you can donate bits to change the music, essentially, like, to queue things up in the playlist. I don't think I have the kind of viewership that would be opposed to me using that for games like GeoGuessr, where there is no background music. But I wanted to ask anyway, just to kind of make sure. Because, like, I don't want to give the impression of being, you know, a sellout who does not care about my viewers. You're down? That's good. Like, I didn't think anyone would object, but I guess, I don't know. It's just in my nature to be a little bit paranoid about these kinds of things, I suppose. But, for today, we will make do with the playlist I downloaded from Ben Sounds for GeoGuessr. And then, try switching over to Pretzel Nugget maybe for the show on Thursday, or I might stream again tomorrow, I don't know. Yeah, you know, fair enough. I sort of don't get the whole bits thing. Like, I would be mostly just using it because it is a player that can provide background music. It's just like the bits is intended to be like a little bit of audience interaction, I suppose. There's some of those like bit donation widgets that are, in my opinion, extremely insidious and kind of gross. There's one that's like, ooh, vote on what game I play next. Like, that's literally what you are here for, is for me to decide what games I play, and then I play them, and, you know, the whole commentary thing. It's just, that was kind of weird to me. And there's a couple, like, the thing where it's like, this is just built into Twitch, is the, compete to be the top cheerer thing is a little bit scuzzy to me. I don't know. You can cheer people with bits, and it gives you, like, a little pop-up. Not that I object to it being used, but the system itself seems sort of... I don't know. It's just something about it I don't entirely like. I find it a little bit hard to articulate right now. Pardon me. I'm not saying much because I have to clear my throat, but I don't want to do it very loudly on microphone, so I'm kind of trying to save my phlegm here. Alright, 1 second, chat, pardon me. Alright, I'm back. The thing with winter is that it gets cold outside, and because it gets cold, we have to use our space heater, which makes things kind of dry in here. Stabbing time. These are all rather unremarkable items. Other bombs and key pill. Likewise, the freaking pill rotation there. You know, there's a lot of pills in Isaac that just don't do anything, basically. I find it a little bit annoying. Like, in what circumstance are you going to get any use out of a pheromones pill? We got a rag, Monsoir, and little horn. Yeah, NL seems like pretty burnt out on the game in general. I have the luxury of, like, if I get bored of Isaac, I can just play, like, Dead Cells or Gungeon, or God, I could play, like, Nuclear Throne, or fucking Wizard Lizard if I wanted to, instead. NL kinda has Isaac as, like, a core part of his livelihood. Although, I don't know how many people are still watching that series for the Isaac part, specifically. Like, I like this game. I would probably get sick of it if I had to play it literally every day for, like... God, how long? Like, his episodes are usually half an hour to an hour, and he records a couple a day, so, like, if I had to play it for, like, 3 hours a day, every day, I'd get pretty fucking sick of it, too. You know? You I do not envy that particular part of his position. Do I envy the fact that he makes more money than I ever have? Yes, but not be having to play literally a single video game all day, every day. I'm exaggerating a little bit there, but, you know. Amnesia, fantastic. Well, you know who else is getting slightly sick of Isaac at the moment? Give me a fucking amnesia kill on the last floor of the game. Like it's clever. Like it's permitted. Give me a heart, please. Or not, I guess. Alright. I have no use for any of this, but it makes a pleasing sound as I walk across it, so, you know. I'm gonna fucking destroy the universe. I thought that they couldn't move if you were invisible. I suppose I was mistaken. But I'm going to fight Edmund McMillan in person. That's a lie. I would not actually do that. Anyway, we're gonna switch over to GeoGuessr now. Let me bring up some interstitial music, by which I mean this fucking cowboy song again. Let me know if that's not loud enough / too loud. And I gotta go change some stuff real quick on the stream settings page, because GeoGuessr is the only game I play that actually brings in new viewers sometimes. So, back in like half a second. Let me hit the edit button. Thank you. Yes, sir. Alright. Okay. Lime emoji. There is no lime emoji except for the bootleg one we have on my server. It's a tragedy. The likes of which the world has never known. God, this fucking song is well, it is what I will say about that. Fair enough. Where the hell is the GeoGuessr thing? There we go. Should be good. What are we playing today? There's an interesting one for you. Let's do You'll Regret Playing. What's this all about? Feuerwehr Museum? Oh, we're stuck. I understand. It's one of these. St. Laurent Feuerwehr Museum. Well, we're somewhere in Germany. Yeah, sure, we're definitely in Berlin. We were in Austria. That actually wasn't too bad, considering that we literally couldn't move. Is that the theme with this one? Is that we can't move? Just sitting on this guy's head. Alright. I believe that is Spanish. Yeah. Fuck, guys, I don't know. You've been in Germany? Well, it's right next door to you guys, isn't it? Let me look, hold on. Yeah, I would assume so. Although, I guess that's kind of ignorant, because, like, that would be like, oh, why hasn't every person in the United States been to Canada? Which, I've never been to Canada. Certainly many people have, but I'm not one of them. I'm gonna say we're in Mexico? I have no idea. No, we were in Brazil. Okay. Okay, well this one you can move up and down, so that's novel. Yo, this song I like. Spooky South Australia. I don't see why this one's particularly hard. We're in South Australia, no? You haven't been in Canada either. Well, you know. Like, I assume we are here. Because that says NT border, which I assume is Northern Territory. So we're like right there. Yeah. Well, that one was very easy compared to the others. Is this because somebody's fucking shower? Like, outdoor shower? What kind of soap do they use? Let's take a look. Earth. Ah, yes, my favorite brand of shampoo. I'm as baffled as you are, Bird. Like, I guess this is just somebody's house? Where does this person live? Holy shit. Can we, like, get a language from some decor, maybe? You'll regret playing? I mean, it's just like... This is less regret and more confusion. What language is this paper in? If we can get a language on the paper, we can figure out, like, what region of the world we're in, at least. They got an air... Is that what that is? Hold on. Let me take a look at that. So... Or no, I think that might be bug spray. Unless you're looking at a different object. Oh no, you're right, that is an air horn. Or maybe some kind of, like... like spray can? I have no idea what that is. I'm gonna level with you. Like, I think they speak English wherever we are, or this person was able to just get English products. It sprays horn. Damn, son, where do you find this? Gonna, like, examine the couch for clues? I got no idea, man. There's just wilderness in every direction. Why would you need a picture of nature in your home when you are literally surrounded by it in every direction? It should be like a picture of a skyscraper or something. It certainly has an energy. I don't know what that energy is. but it's got one. You noticing that there's like no TV or anything? That's a good point. That's a good point, Bunny. Alright, let's just go in this person's bathroom. That's not creepy at all. Healing Earth Room Mist Spray. I have no fucking idea. I'm gonna say we're in, like, South Africa? It's basically just a guess. We were in Botswana. Alright. Look, you asked me to not call you that anymore. I'm trying to abide by your wishes. It's rude to call people things they don't want to be called. I have no idea. Magotho Camp Kwai Development Trust. Oh, did you? Well, I remembered wrong then. I will continue calling you Marone then. Water Marone. Yeah, alright. Is this like a fucking... like the aftermath of a volcanic eruption or something? Look at the ground here. Who are you people? I don't know. We're in Iceland. Definitely. Oh! We were near fucking, that one volcano with the really long name. I think. Well, Vatnajökull is the name of the park. I think the actual volcano is called, like, Einarjökull or something like that. Why did I give that 5 stars? Alright, but whatever, let's go over to Diverse World. When you listen to Bjork once, I actually have only a vague idea of how to pronounce that volcano's name because of an MF Doom song, and there is a very real chance that he was not pronouncing it correctly either. Fields, serving Canadian communities since 1948. Well, I think we can safely assume we're in Canada. I suppose I should go get Zursk. Fields. Let's see. I thought this was a road sign. It is not. It is a barrel. Bumper to Bumper. What a great name for a fucking auto body shop. The Free Sun Bros. Established in 1955. Hunting and fishing licenses available here? God, it's just like home. There's even an IGA groceries. You know, maybe the air horn is for chasing away animals or something? I have no idea. From what I saw on the map, it looked like it was part of a camp or something. But who knows? Ah, they spell checking the fancy way here. Checking. Hold on. In the time between this still and this still, this one, this building changed hands. How amusing. Manning Municipal Library. Now where the hell is Manning, Canada? Do we have any Manningesians in the chat? Pedestrian. Don't call me a pedestrian. I listen to only the finest JPEG Mafia albums. Hillcrest Motel. I don't know why I'm just reading the names of these businesses. Wow, the guys, they got 12 whole flavors of ice cream. Hello, Zursk. Do you have any idea where Manning, Canada is? Because that is where we are. Because we saw a sign that said proudly serving Canadian communities, and then we saw the Manning Municipal Library. Let's get out on the highway and look for adventure. Also, Zursk, do let me know what you think of my new bumping soundtrack for this video game. God, this is like ultimate elevator music that's playing right now. It's a banger. I think this is like the conceptual opposite of a banger. Are we in Alberta? Is that what that says? That is what that says. Alright, well where the hell is Manning, Alberta? Let's find out. White Court. Sure, you know, I'll put us... Is this place called fucking Slave Lake? It is. Well, that's weird. But I guess that's where I'll put our preliminary guess while I look for a news. Why are they... You know, I don't want to know the history of that because it sounds like it's extremely depressing. This truck stops. But yeah, I will endeavor to find another sign. Dixonville, Grimshaw, Peace River was on the yeah, there's Peace River. There's a Grimshaw. Can we find Dixonville? If we can find Dixonville, we can, like, really get a good score here. Is this place called... Okay, it's called Whitelaw. I thought it was called Whitey for a second. Woking. This town just has a person name. What the hell? New Fish Creek. The Ville of Dix. Indeed. Hello, wild man. Should be along the line with Grimshaw and Peace River. I suppose? Is it like this way? I have no conception of how, like, how long 83 kilometers is on a map. Or the equivalent amount of miles, to be quite honest with you. I think this might be as good as we're gonna get it, but that's okay. Yeah, we were up a little bit. We were near more Manning? Manning. Yeah, well, yeah, there's Manning. Where's Dixonville? Ah, it's up there. Okay, I didn't think to look in that direction. Still, though. Do you guys like this quote-unquote world music? This is Wyoming? I don't think it's Wyoming. Marone, that's a fucking sitar. What is that instrument? I don't know, but it is literally just vibing. Sejas, 2015 to 2020. I don't know what that means. This looks like a flag? Is this like a statement of political affiliation? Although I'm not entirely sure who's affiliated with what out here. It kind of seems like it's just prairie. Well, we're in a Spanish-speaking place, so I'm gonna assume South America. South America. Potosi con Cejas. I don't understand what you were trying to tell me. Ah, Cejas for governor, 2015 to 2020. So Cejas is a man, or a woman, or a non-binary person. Although statistically, that seems somewhat unlikely, but I guess you never know. Point being, Cejas is a human being. The music with this landscape, it's really good. Like, the site that I got this from requires that you attribute them, so there is a link below the viewing window if anybody wants to go download some of these royalty-free bangers. Vote Potosi. Vote Cejas for governor. I wonder if the Earthbound soundtrack would get copyrighted, actually. Actually, it definitely would, because it's a Nintendo game. Oh, here we go. It's jazz time. Patrimonio Cultural. Alright. Well, yes, Zonks, I know. It's just like, Nintendo is notoriously litigious about their music. I do not know what this sign means, and I cannot, like... Why don't I play my own music? I just feel like most of my music would not be good, like, BGM for GeoGuessr. Access to Capella. Do you have any idea where Capella is? Capella? Just that sign again. This music rules. No, like, what I mean, like, my music is kind of, sonically dense, and I feel like it doesn't make good background music for this sort of thing. I don't know, maybe I'm being silly. I could just make some specifically for this purpose, but like that's a lot of work. I brought this up earlier, but I'm probably going to install Pretzel Nugget, which is a like Twitch royalty-free radio player with a fairly sizable library. Is this about like fucking... Yo, Windows notifications, can you stop giving my girlfriend fucking credit card offers, please? Jesus. United, yeah. Oh, it's on the back too. Maybe I can read it better over here. United Education Water something. You think this is Mexico? It might very well be. Clean water. United Clean Water Education. That makes sense. I'm seeing this flag everywhere. This, like, blue, white, black tricolor. If anybody knows enough about South American politics to know what this means, do feel free to tell me. It's got a very particular feel to it. Wait, isn't there a country in South America with blue, white, and black as its national colors? I know Argentina is blue, white, and yellow. ABC Refuge? Yo, like, we get it. Cejas for governor. Have I considered anyone for governor? Okay, we got city names. I have never heard of any of these places. Anybody know where Chayapata is? Chalapata, depending on what dialect of Spanish this is. Chalapata. It sounds indigenous to me, but that could be completely off. Like, I feel like if we were up here, we'd be seeing signs for, like, Chihuahua and Mexico City. Chile? Maybe. Why did I pronounce that way? It's Chile. Puerto Montt. What is this city? I don't know, but it is literally just chillin'. I'm not seeing Chalapata. This one's gonna wreck us, I can feel it. Let me scan Peru real quick, and then if we can't find it here, I'm just gonna take a guess. I say we're in Bolivia. Oh. We were in Bolivia. And there's Chilapata. Alright. Yeah. Would you believe it? That's terrible, but I like it. Believe it is what Bolivian Naruto says. Is this like a... For a second, I thought this was like straight up a fucking pyramid. And I was really not sure where we were. What do we got here? Saint Michel, 440 meters. That's the name of a bridge, presumably. Yo, what's with this dramatic one? I don't know which one this is. This is, Instinct. Okay. Could be France. It could very well be France. Hans Zimmer type beat. It's karmically foreshadowing the answer. What does that mean? If I analyze the melody numerically, I'm gonna analyze you numerically, Zursk, and derive all of your quirkiness. What's this sign say? Pardon me? Mezzi Scombraneve in Manovra. Is that Italian? We must be like... Assuming that's Italian. We must be like up here. Like maybe near Milan? Yeah. Alright, we were closer to Turin, but that's fine. Ooh. Now, the music does fit this area very nicely. I'm gonna get pursued by fucking, like, Slender Man through here. What is this sign? Snowman rain? Snowman umbrella? Snowman umbrella. This is like either Somewhere in North America or, like, Japan. Or maybe South America? You know, even that vague possibility I gave, now I'm not entirely sure. Careful driving when snowing or raining. I guess that makes sense, but that's a very abstract way to represent that concept. Like, maybe for snowing you could use, I don't know, a snowflake instead of a snowman. Holy fuck, we are in Japan, I think. No, that's Korean. Yeah, I corrected myself. I had like a half second where I thought that was some sort of kanji, but that is definitely Hangul. Pull back? Alright. Do you want me to look at the sign again? Can I... There we go. You can read that while I sip. Is this still the same song? Yes. No, this is a Little Planet. Alright. Sang so? I believe, Wild Man, I believe Zonks can decipher Hangul, like what the sounds are. I do not know if she speaks Korean. I almost went and looked in North Korea. It's not going to be there. Was hoping for a place name? Yeah, that's fair. I feel like we are in, like, northern South Korea, though. Like, maybe around here. But I'll see if we find anything a bit more useful. I like the ambiance here. You don't like, Little Planet? That's probably, like, fruits on sale next exit or something. That's what that kind of sign says in every language. Oh, this might be a place name. I'll linger on that for a second. Not providing anything useful. That's okay. It is not your job to be, the Hangul whisperer. I was just kind of curious. And this is so stylized, I don't know if it would be legible to non-native speakers. We got some Latin letters up here, possibly. Nangshon. I think that's the name of the street, unfortunately. Oh, the thing stops here. Or not? That was weird. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with northern South Korea. I think that's probably where we are. We were closer to the center of the country, but that's fine. Oh my. Well, you want to talk about hold on. Nothing added but character. Number MPYA? Who's that guy? Probably just an ad model, as opposed to anybody famous, now that I think about it. What's this guy's shirt say? Nothing of use. Eastern Africa? Could very well be. Nothing added but character. That's a slogan. Swahili. Could be Kenya. I don't actually remember where they speak Swahili. Is that Kenya or is that somewhere else? The future is here. No, they speak Swahili in Chicago circa whenever that song came out. Ah, okay, that's fair. Meat tier. Maybe we're in South Africa? Because that looks like Afrikaans. I wish I could go over to this side of the road. What is this? You guys digging this bus? Is that Drake? I don't believe that is Drake. You guys seen that Vine where that guy is in, I think, India, and he's like, I bet these guys don't even listen to Drake. And then he yells out the window, I bet you guys don't even listen to Drake. It's a very good Vine. Oh no, we're back on... we're back on the cowboy song! I don't think that's Drake, you guys. Time for a taste of black. 1759 calling. That's his name. I couldn't remember the dude's name. Just Rain. He's got some classics. He's also got Why Pay for the Water? There's water right here, you fucking asshole. And then he, like, splashes the water. What direction is the car? What the fuck was that? We just, like, teleported. What? There's some incongruity going on there. There's too many places this could be. If you like it, crown it. What the fuck does that mean? Hey fellas, can I ask for directions? Like, looking at these people's cars, looking for... Hey, speaking of Drake, look, it's the if you're reading this cover. Yes, I'm aware it's just an emoji, but, you know, it's a bit of a funny... Yeah, this is like stitched together from several different runs through here. No, Wild Man Zersky's talking about Just Rain, not Drake. Anybody know what language this is? It's fine. Direct Express Bookshop. Hey, that's a weird name for a butcher shop. Bud, that's a strange name for a butcher shop. Firstborn Butchery. I don't know. Like, obviously we're in Africa, but what part of Africa? That's the eternal question. Hello, Colossus, again. You're the firstborn. I'd hope not. I don't want you to be butchered. After I make this guess, I'm going to see if installing the... What if the firstborns are doing the butchering? That's probably what it's intended to mean, honestly, like, bragging about being, you know, the oldest whatever in their family. Yeah, like, I'm just gonna take a swing at, gosh, where do I want to say we are? That's Western Africa. Say we are in Mombasa? We were in Nairobi. Alright, I should have gone with the more obvious guess. That was a pretty good round. Alright, I am going to quickly see how difficult it is to install Pretzel Nugget and see if we can get our own little radio station going here. Sorry, it's Pretzel Rocks. My mistake. Yeah. Do I gotta, like, sign up? Yeah, okay. I will have to do that later, then. Let me see something really quick. Yeah, I guess we're stuck with this for today. Oh well. We'll do another round or two, depending on how I feel in a minute here. Let's see. Got any, like, dumb ones? Places from movies. The Ukraine. A famous world. The map is just entirely Vancouver. 32 smallest countries by area. Alright. Sure. Let's finish off with a weird one. Are you not supposed to say the Ukraine anymore? That's my bad. I did not know that. Canada? I don't think we're in Canada, Zersk, for several reasons. I see. I did not know that. I thought that that was just what the place was referred to as. So that is my mistake. Are we trapped on this single stretch of road? Oh, I see. I did not know that, so once again, that is my mistake. Yeah, it's just this road. Can I get a language at least? Oh, I think that's the Red Crescent. I wonder if we're in Cyprus. The Rockies in Colorado. Well, I don't know if that's a great example. Do people get upset about that? I'm not actually sure. But in any case, I will endeavor to remember that. I just legitimately did not know. Is the proper terminology just Ukraine? Okay, fair enough. I'm gonna... Does anybody remember which part of Cyprus is the... Yeah, whatever, I'll just put it in the center of the island. Oh, we were in Bahrain! Welcome to Pohnpei, Garden Island of Micronesia. Hey, does anybody know where Micronesia is? Because I don't. That's Hawaii. Yo, where is Micronesia? That's all Papua New Guinea, I think, still. It's French Polynesia. Near Australia? West of Polynesia. The Pitcairn Islands, which I do not believe are part of Micronesia. Hangaroa? That is east. You're right, and I'm an idiot. It's okay. We can work our way back to, the Cook Islands. Help. I'm lost in the South Pacific. This music, though. The triangle? Northeast of Papua New Guinea, so like up here. Marshall Islands. Wake Island. The Johnston Atoll. There's Hawaii again. The Midway Atoll. Okay, we're too far north now. Way far north. I am very sorry if anyone from Polynesia ever sees this video, or not Polynesia, Micronesia ever sees this video. I apologize deeply. Is it these islands? I guess we'll find out. No. There it is. Wow. I mean, you know, not to be rude, but I suppose they do call it Micronesia for a reason. It is quite a small island. Well, gee, I wonder where we are. Qatar. Now, where specifically is Qatar? Again, it's down here, right? Yeah. Could be Djibouti. I mean, it could be. Oh, there's also Sri Lankan Airlines. Wait, that's a good point. Qatar isn't Qatar. Let's find out. We'll look around a little bit more. the fucking screaming in the chat. Pick Post Station. Swimming pool equipment, of course. Anybody know what the Qatar flag looks like? Keep an eye out for that. There is what appears to be Arabic scripted writing on some of these buildings. But also, what flag is this? I want to go over here. You refuse to let me because you are a tyrant. That's the flag of the Maldives? Fuck, I would have been way off. Alright, now the Maldives, I sort of know where it is. It's, like, down here? Might be going too far. Maybe I don't know where it is. That's Mauritius. Yeah, there it is. Anybody know which of the Maldives we're on? I'm just gonna assume we're on the big one. We're in Hitadu. Oh, come on. I feel like I should have gotten more points than that. We were in Malé. Looks like a lovely place to go for vacation. Okay. This is an interesting scene. What's going on here? They're doing something with this boat. I also can't move. This is another one of those. A story in 3 parts. Once you figure out what those parts are, feel free to tell me. Your girl is lost. Yeah, they got oceans here. If anybody wants to look at the list of what the smallest countries are and come up with an educated guess, I wonder if we're in, God, what is it called? Be a yeet and pray, yeah. This looks more Pacific than Caribbean to me. I'm going to say that we are in Tuvalu. What the fuck? Alright. we were in Fongafale. Hold on. Yeet. Alright, well, you know. There's a feather in my cap if ever I needed one. This honestly almost looks like the same place. I wonder if we're in Tuvalu again. It's very pretty here. Look at how blue that water is. What's that thing? Wherever you go, there are bones. Thank you for that, Zursk. Reef shipping. Well, that could only be, everywhere, like anywhere with an ocean. Boxes are just the bones of products, Zersk. Solomon Islands. I don't even know where those are. I'm gonna say we're in Fiji. We were not in Fiji. We were in Nauru that time. Well, you know, most of those were not very good, but this is some extreme goodness right here. I will be right back, and then we will do 1 or 2 more rounds. Ugh. Alright. Let's do something a little bit different. Yeah, let's do Where's That McDonald's? This is stupid. I like that. Wait, I've gotten this one before. This is in Johannesburg. This is one of those ones where there's only like... Okay, no, never mind. If this is one of those ones where there's only like freaking 10 locations, I'm not gonna bother with it. Let's do... Do United States, no blurry. This is America. Alright, I'm getting Midwest vibes. Definitely. Don't catch you slipping up. That's, like... I don't even really like that song very much. But... The This Is America part just enters my head whenever I have to say that something is America. Because it's like, you know, this is America. Now, here's the thing I didn't count on, was like, what if we just get a billion ones that are this? Like, hold on, we got signage. Wrangley! Well, I've been through the desert on a horse with no name, so... You know, one of the things about doing American guesses in Geo... This place is called fucking Dinosaur? You guys. You wanna go to Dinosaur? Bus. Zonks. This is just the one that says Wrangley on it. We're on Interstate 40, which I feel like is something that would be helpful if I was at... Guys? Gang. This is the best thing I've ever seen. It's what is this? Zoofult. This is just like somebody just built like a fucking like Shinto shrine temple out here and then put this little diorama on top of it. That's what art is. Shinto Shrine Gate, sorry. Blue Mountain. Well, that's not the Blue Mountain I grew up near. I would know. There's another sign beside me? Where? I don't see any, other than the one that just says Blue Mountain on it. This music is so needlessly dramatic. I think this is just an interstate that has a speed limit sign. Zursk, you need to remember there's like a good, like, 10 seconds of delay between what I'm doing and when you see it. Sometimes more than that, depending on how busy the Twitch servers are that day. This is just right lane must turn right. I don't know what you're trying to direct me towards, Nox. I'm sorry. I see all. That what? That's the one that just says Blue Mountain. Which is not helpful, because there's a billion places in the United States called that. There was one in the direction I was going in? Zursk. Like... this one here? This one just says Dinosaur 8 miles and Vernal 41. Which I think is the same thing that the last location sign said. Well, no, the dinosaur one, the other one also had a sign, had a direction for Craig on it. Which, you know, if I had to live in the middle of nowhere, living near a pair of towns called Craig and Dinosaur would not be the worst thing in the world. You guys liking this needlessly dramatic music? I had a boss named Craig. I actually also had a boss named Craig. Can I get a fuck Craig? We have a Craig on my server as an emote. I can't say fuck Craig. Somebody post a picture of Craig from my server. He's a good boy. Just like copy the image and paste the image link. Why is the game not full screen? Because if it was full screen, you would not be able to see this or this. Wait, you can't see my cursor. The stuff on the bottom. Like, I could make it slightly bigger. Then it's off-center. I don't know. Y'all can tell me whether that bothers you more or less. There it is. It's Craig. Also, hello, Old Kirk. We'll get, like, a license plate off of this Jeep. Bottom on the top layer. Because I am a simple person. Also, like for the chat box specifically, it would not be very legible if it was down here in the corner. I guess I could like put it up top, but then it becomes like having to move stuff around for every different game I play, which is a pain in the rear end. I do apologize that it's not full screen, but it's like an ease of use thing for the most part. Hold on. Dinosaur something or other? What's this all about? Dinosaur National Monument. Hell yes. I really hope it's just a big statue of a dinosaur. Went right by that one too. Hold on. Well, that sign appears to be gone to the wind. Well, now I've clicked back into the past. As sometimes... Oh, here it is. Dinosaur National Monument. Can I go see the Dinosaur National Monument? I am currently more invested in this than I am in actually completing the game. Wow, we are suddenly in 2002. But, like, I appreciate the advice, but I mostly just do this as a hobby. It's really not worth the effort. Like, the setup you are suggesting does work. It's just, it's a lot of extra preparation that I don't really have the time for the most part. And I cannot, literally cannot read this. So, like, while I appreciate the thought... There's another sign for the Dinosaur National Monument. I do not think it is really that big of a deal. Like, I don't know. If other people in the chat think that I should bother doing that, I will consider it. But... it is a lot of prep work for, in my view, rather little gain. Land for sale. You guys want to buy some land? Not that I don't appreciate the suggestions. There's more land for sale. I think I'm inclined to go with Zersk's initial guess that we are in Oregon. Or somewhere Oregon-like, at least. Steamboat Springs. Guys. Okay, well look, I'll tell you what, I will look into it after this stream and see if it is as simple to set up as you are suggesting. And if it is, I will do that from now on. 87 miles away from Craig. We're moving farther away from him. It's tragic, really. Oh, we're in Colorado. Okay. Glad I went that little bit extra mile. Hold on. Where is Colorado? Here it is. R.I.P. Craig. I don't know where in Colorado we are, but that's probably fine. Yeah. Oh, here's Dinosaur. You can actually see it, like, pretty high up on the map. The set of Digimon. Hy-Vee? It's not a Walmart. This might be a Walmart over here. Or have been a Walmart at one point. It's true. Truck wash and cars too. Nice. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Honestly, like, there's parts of Pennsylvania that look like this, but that should not be taken to mean that that's necessarily where we are. Also, I'm not quite seeing enough mountains in the distance. It does not slap. It does whatever the opposite of slapping is. Dolly Parton intensifies. Something something, I was a miner's daughter. I want to like country music more than I do. Listen to... I don't know. Like... I had a joke I was gonna make, and it just left the station before I could finish it, so that's always a good thing. It's probably a sign that it's time to wind down the stream for the day. That and someone coming in here and trying to, like, backseat my setup is probably the two signs that I should finish for the evening. National Music Museum. We accept Coyote Cash? South Dakota. Guys, what is Coyote Cash? I suppose so. Like, that makes sense that it's, like, college credit, but... Coyote Cash. You know, props to whoever picked up on the fact that we were in South Dakota, because I didn't notice at all. It's an all-American map, guys. It's all United States. And it's we don't live that far in the cyberpunk future yet. Alright. Shiloh Baptist Church. I used to live near a church, and their sign out front just said, Jesus didn't like pithy quotes, and they never changed it. And that is the only time I have ever respected a church sign. Mountain Mama. There's another church. It is. This one's Pentecostal. This could be anywhere in the country. Pro Window Plus. Delmarva or NJPA. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting too. It could also be like Virginia, maybe. Virginia. Decaturville, Lexington, and Adamsville. Kentucky. Oh yeah, Lexington. And there we go. Oh. Is there a Lexington, Tennessee, too? That's confusing. There is. Alright. Fuck off. But, whatever. No, not you, the game. No, you're fine. I also thought it was Lexington, Kentucky. Subject to Dusk! Which Dark Souls game is this? Don't worry, you can fuck on. Aren't we all subject to dust? Subject to Dust is the Eminem movie. I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one, Zonks. Next 8. I see. Okay. Next 8 miles. You guys loving this extremely inappropriate music for where we are? I am gonna try that thing that guy suggested about putting the chat like on top of the game. I feel like it's gonna look awful, but I suppose we'll find out. We'll do a bit of experimentation as sort of the closer for the stream. I do kind of resent having someone come in here and telling me how to do things, but you know, advice is advice, I suppose. $1,000 fine for littering. That is a lot of money for littering, but you know, don't litter. Oh, Shredney would like to join us. You know what, we'll go a little bit longer then. Country roads.
Hello.
You didn't hear me singing Country Roads at you.
Uh,
Hello.
hi.
How are you?
Okay. I've been trying to sleep. Where are you?
Somewhere in the United States.
Yeah.
Somewhere in
This is
America by Jay-Z.
America. I've never been America.
You missed me playing a map of the smallest countries in the world and managing to just randomly correctly guess that I was in Tuvalu.
Neat.
We got some
Yeah,
cider.
Tuvalu and Nauru are really tiny.
Yeah, we also got Nauru, but I did not guess that one correctly. We make every drop count. They make every drop count, Tredney.
Okay, what's that sign say?
Let's find out. Fresno.
Yeah, I was thinking when I saw the grapes, this is California. Southern California, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know where Fresno is.
You gotta zoom.
Okay. Hey, Shredney, I'm zooming.
That's a little too close.
Between San Francisco and Los Angeles. Alright. Oh, there it is. Yeet. Also, Shredney, because you're only you're over the voice call, you can't hear the extremely good music that's playing right now.
Oh. What would that be?
I got some royalty-free background music.
Oh my.
We got
no.
like a samba, like a samba playing right now.
Oh lord.
There's one that's like deep space sci-fi music. It's really great.
Yeah.
Some bangers here and there.
Hmm.
Anyone who says that the cowboy song slaps will be shot.
What cowboy song?
This is like incredibly tweedly piece of like fake country instrumental music. It's
Oh no.
It's art. It's bad,
Yeah.
but it's art.
Oh no. You ever think about concept art?
More than I would like to, which I guess is kind of the point. I don't have anything against the idea, but Damien Hirst is one of the few, I guess technically he's a visual artist, that I just really do not like. More because he seems like a dick than anything else.
I mean, some of his pieces are interesting, though.
Yeah, but he also once just, like, covered a skull in diamonds, which...
Well, actually, it was like a... Yeah, I mean... that one, the title of it was For the Love of God, and, it was not... I don't know if it was an actual skull. I think it was like a platinum replica skull.
Yeah, something like that. My point is, it looked like something that should have been hanging off of Rick Ross's neck in a music video.
Yeah, I mean, the point of it was... The reason why it was entitled that was because his mother said once, when one of his pieces was brought up on the news, because somebody was complaining about it, it was like, for the love of God, Damien, what are you going to do next? And it was like, what is the most, like, how far can I push this in a way
See,
that is like tacky and disturbing at the same time.
the thing is that it's not disturbing though. It's just a skull covered in bling.
Like it's very overboard.
It's
But that's
stupid,
kind of the point.
which is also how I would describe most of this work. Like,
It's
I don't
what?
stupid. Like, I don't have a problem with the idea of concept art, but
Yeah, I mean, no, the one with the shark was interesting.
I don't like the
like
shark either. It's like, again, I get it. It's like about the inevitability of death and things like that.
And it's basically, well, specifically, it's like the title is something like,
It's like the inevitability of death in the mind of someone living, or something like that.
yeah, of someone still living, because it's like, the thing is that it's just there in the room with you.
It's a metaphor,
You know what I mean?
for like how death heavily weighs on people's minds. And it's a shark because sharks are predatory, and death is kind of the ultimate predator. Like, I get it, but
it's also the fact that it is essentially disintegrating.
Well, yeah.
And in a way, like the human body, even as you live, you're constantly progressing towards dying.
It's just like,
I can understand it not being your cup of tea, though.
I just don't think it connects the way it's supposed to. Anyway,
Yeah,
let's,
it's like, I understand that.
Let's do some experimentation here. I was given what I'm going to refer to charitably as advice. That I should... Why did I navigate away from the GeoGuessr page? That's not useful. That I should try to make the game full screen and then lay the... well, this like literally doesn't work. So that's...
problematic.
Yeah. Alright, well... I guess...
So question, aside from the new clipping album dropping, has there been any recent interesting hip-hop news?
So, dude named Mavi released his first, notable album.
Okay.
Called Let the Sun Talk. And a lot of people think it is, like, one of the best albums to come out this year.
Oh.
I have not listened to it yet, but I am going to.
I mean, I already mentioned it, but, like, I am definitely, like...
I wish that guy was still here, so I could just be like, is this what you wanted? Look at this.
Was it
this
some
looks
random
like crap.
asshole?
He wasn't being a jerk, but he was like, you should do this, and this, and make the game full screen so it looks better. And
I mean, fair enough, but like, if you're, like,
this
there are
looks
better
like crap.
times. There are better times and places for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's not anything. Maybe with some of the other games I play, but not GeoGuessr.
Yeah. So,
oh no! Like... I accidentally deleted the regular fucking Magic Planet Live settings. Well, now I have to fix this. Okay. You go down here. You go down here. Okay, I think we're fine.
Alrighty. But yeah, I was just gonna say, like, so, yeah, I already mentioned the new clipping album, but I am excited for that. It's like, the teaser tracks have thus far, at least, like, I've heard only, like, one or two, maybe two, I can't remember, but, like, have been, you know, good shit.
I actually wanted to save clipping discussion mostly for Thursday because Win indicated that they would be there.
Sure.
And
yeah, I'm just I was just saying, like, I'm gonna listen to it before then. I'm just saying that I am actually excited for it.
Yeah. Pardon me. I have mostly heard good things.
Yeah, it's also, yeah, I kind of, I think it would be cool to talk with her about, like, the whole thing with the last track, because there is context for that.
Mm-hmm.
That I think, like, I mentioned it to her, but them, rather. I apologize when I, like, I, I
You
why is it
fool.
that
You
sometimes,
idiot.
like,
You
I slip
moron.
on
You
pronouns
baka. No, I'm
of
kidding.
people who I, like, know their pronouns and have
I have
used them
gotten to the
normally
point where I occasionally
for,
get
like,
cis people's pronouns wrong, so that's
yeah, that's
fun.
weird too.
I don't know what we're gonna do now. Uh, hmm. Do you have
Huh.
any suggestions, Redney?
I mean, like, I am always fine with more GeoGuessr, but if you want to do something with more, like, stuff going on, then that's okay. As long as, you know, like, it isn't something that means I'll have to, like, just stare at the Twitch chat alone.
Yeah, that's okay. Why don't we go back to Isaac?
Okay, that
and
sounds
then
chill.
you and I can talk about stuff. I will be right back. I have to use the restroom quick
Alright.
and then switch the settings back because I don't want people wandering in here thinking I'm still playing GeoGuessr.
Okay, neat.
Actually, I will. I'll leave the background music on while you guys. Or maybe I won't. Okay, they're all gone for some reason. Never mind. Anyway, I'll be right back.
Hello, Zursk. Hmm. The Zursk channel 24/8. I mean, if it's 24/8, then you have a whole secret day to yourself. Which sounds pretty great, honestly. Zursk Day. Oh, man. Oh, fuck. I forgot that, like, on, There Existed an Addiction to Blood, there's also a feature by fucking Pedestrian Deposit. I love that guy. Haven't heard nearly enough of it. It's, like, fucking terrifying. I just have to check. This is like Splendor and Misery, like whether or not it. Hmm.
Where is the settings option? See there. All right. And now I'm back.
Hello.
From outer space. Let me just.
That's that look upon your face.
Yes. All right. Isaac time. Yeah. If anybody's still here, chat-wise, I'm not sure anybody is. But that's okay. How are you, Shredney? Other than sleepy.
Pretty decent.
Isaac and his mother lived alone in a small house on a hill. Isaac
You should
himself,
stay and
drawing pictures and
contribute
playing
to
with his toys
us
as his
and our
mom
deep
watched Christian
conversations
broadcasts
that we
on
always
television.
have.
Life was
By the way,
Yes.
I found out tragically the other day that this game cannot be played with a fight stick.
Huh.
Who am I playing as today?
What is a fight stick again?
It's a kind of controller. It's a... You know how, like, old arcade machines, they'd have, like, it's like a box layout, and then there's, like, a stick and 6 buttons?
Oh.
It's that, but, like, a smaller version that you can just plug into whatever. CC got it for Tekken, I believe. Actually, I'm gonna play as the Forgotten. I, like, never play as this guy. But, yeah, they're, an interesting little piece of hardware. It's good for Toho, actually. Is the other use I've found for it, is that it's pretty good for shmups. Shredney?
Yes.
Toho.
Yes, yes.
Just wasn't sure if you were still here or not.
No, I mean, I'm definitely still here.
Physically, at least. I'm probably only going to play a round or two of this.
Okay.
Because I got my copy of River City Girls arrived today, and I would like to play that at some point. And
What is River City Girls?
It is a retro beat 'em up. It is technically, in fact, a sequel to an arcade game from the 80s. And it's got like a really neat anime art style, and I actually got a limited run physical copy because Roxy on my server bought it for me.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. Came in a purple envelope. Makes me feel like I've gotten invited to Smash or something. But I would like to stream it, but unfortunately it is a Switch game, so that is difficult, borderline impossible.
Oof.
So if I wanted to stream off the Switch, I'd have to go through the Elgato, which is a whole thing. A caffeine pill.
addicted.
Useless. Alright. Toho isn't real? Yeah, well... Neither are... these nuts. Have you ever thought about that, bird? Have you ever thought about that?
Luck down.
Fantastic. Anyway, so hey, Shredney, I wanted to ask you about something.
Yeah?
How do you
Sure.
feel about the playing GeoGuessr first on Shapes and Forms from now on when we have it on?
Oh.
My logic is
Yeah.
GeoGuessr has a small enough stream base that we actually get new people in sometimes when I play it.
That makes
So,
sense.
like, the idea is maybe they would come for GeoGuessr and stay for other things.
Yeah. I would, yeah, I would be fine with that. Yeah, sure.
I asked you because I know that other than myself, you are the biggest GeoGuessr fan of the four of us.
Yeah. Yeah, that might be. Yeah, that could be a good idea.
Yeah. I'm basically a genius, I think. Well, by the four of us, Bird, I meant the four Shapes and Forms co-hosts. Interesting. No, it's okay. You're fine, Bird. Monstro.
Oh, I didn't know this. Okay, because I was looking for whether or not Splendor and Misery ended with a, some version of a modern classical piece, as
Splendor
their
and
other three
Misery
albums
being
have.
the second most recent clipping message.
Yeah, like
Okay.
in that process, I wound up on TV Trips. A thing I did not know that they mention here is that Body and Blood, like, one of the main samples is by the power electronics guy Deathpot. I didn't know that.
Interesting.
I did know that they sampled like a late period White House track on Wriggle. Like the main recurring sample on that song is from Wriggle Like a Fucking Eel.
Yeah.
But and also there was the famous, thing where they did that weird noise that ODB makes, and like that's part of the
Hello,
beat
Green
on
Mountain.
something they don't know.
Welcome to the stream.
Hello.
Yeah, we were playing GeoGuessr just a little while ago, actually. Hopefully the thing changed properly. But we're doing a round or two of Isaac before we call it a night. Yeah, like I said,
Yeah.
I've heard good things about the flipping record. I'm not like a huge fan of the group myself, but I'm glad that the fans seem to like it. The Pitchfork review was very negative, which kind of surprised me.
For the new one?
Yeah.
Well, that's because Pitchfork are fuckboys.
I don't know like anything about Stephen Kearse, who's the guy they had review it. So
I could look him up.
Cannot speak to his fuckboyity or lack thereof.
Is it Stephen with a V or a PH?
I don't remember. I think it's PH, and then Kearse, like Kearse. Kearse.
Kearse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not
Stephen
familiar with
Kearse.
him. I think he might be one of the people they usually have do like rock reviews and stuff like that. But I'm not entirely sure.
Stephen Kearse. Trying to find his. He apparently does a lot of different journalism stuff. But let's see.
Maybe it was like a freelance review, because they do those sometimes. They've had Andrew Nosnitsky do stuff a couple times for them. Those reviews are usually very good. I don't know if you know who that is.
I don't. He
prominent rap journalist.
He's reviewed a bunch of rap stuff recently.
Really?
Like various hip hop things, like the new the most recent Billy Woods Terror Management, the new JPEG Mafia, Missy Elliott's EP, Johnny Jones, Maxo Cream, the Bandana.
Okay. Yeah. Other than the Bandana one, those are mostly reviews I have not read. So I guess that's why I didn't know.
Makes sense.
As I remember, he was like weirdly mixed on Bandana too, which I thought was a very good album. But I don't remember too well, admittedly. Shredney is deep in thought.
Hmm.
Where the fuck is the secret room, though? Are you reading the review?
Yeah.
I could kind of tell, because you just went silent, and that usually means that you're reading something. Alright, Bighorn. Little Bighorn, as they call him in the old country. Alright, This has become a difficult situation. Think Nothing Is Safe is the best song on the album? Okay. I'm not... Like, I'm actually, I think, the only member of our little streaming group that's not a pretty big Clipping fan. But that's more out of, like, not knowing that much about their discography than not liking them. But, Shredney's a big fan of them.
Yeah. I find them pretty interesting. I was also a fan of Jonathan Snipes' pre-clipping work with Captain Ahab, and was vaguely familiar with William Hudson, his project Rail, which is an ambient project.
What did David Diggs do before he was part of Clipping?
He was a slam poet.
Ah, okay. That's interesting.
And also did I think he has a couple of like early mixtapes, and he is an actor. Like, everyone knows that he's in Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
But like, he'd been acting for a while. Like,
I did not know that he was a slam poet.
Yeah, actually, the guy this review mentions it. Honestly, this seems like
I haven't heard the album, but it struck me as very uncharitable, is the word I would use.
Uncharitable, and like, how do I put this? Like, it feels like he's projecting something.
Yeah.
Here.
I don't know. Like
it's like...
I do get the complaint that the Veed kind of tends to lock into one flow, but that's, for one thing, that's not really unique to him at all.
It's
for like... another thing, like the whole weird tangent about like him not caring about his own rapping is just weird. Like, I don't know where that's coming from.
I think it's like, honestly, it feels to me like, like that he feels like he's pulling the, like, they're not authentic enough argument, just using fancier language to pull it off. Like,
I guess. But, like, that strikes me as a weird complaint to make about a noise rap group.
I mean, yeah, but I think that's the point, is that he doesn't like these things because the way that he looks at it is like, well, they're not real, like, which is, like, just fucking get over yourself.
I don't know. I actually think that would be a much more understandable argument than whatever he's going for.
Yeah, and I mean, it makes less sense for, like, a number of reasons. I don't know. It's just...
It's a bit of a weird one, and I'm somebody that usually likes Pitchfork's reviews.
Which I do not like Pitchfork. I have stated this before. I have many reasons.
I think that most of their
moments.
reviews are alright. just not
Yeah,
that one.
I mean, they've gotten better since it's like it's a weird back and forth thing, but it's like
There
it feels like
a fair amount of reviews on the site where you get this weird, like, optimist in denial feeling from the reviewer.
yes.
Which is
And also the
pretty
weird
annoying.
obsession. Also, that one guy who makes everything about technophobia.
Oh yeah, that guy. I haven't read anything from him in a while, I don't think. Or maybe they just have him do different genres now, I don't know. I forget who that was. Dredney?
Yeah.
Do you
Like, I
remember
can't
who
remember
that
his
was?
name, but yeah, he stands out as particularly, like,
Weird.
pretentious.
uh,
In the original
the,
sense of the word.
having a pretense, yeah. Visors. Yeah, the scores, the
Visors.
way they do the scores, as far as I understand it, is that, like, their editorial board each scores them, and then the scores are an average of, like, the score that actually gets printed is an average of those, which is such a bizarre way to do it.
Yeah, and like the thing was that I remember, like one of their most notoriously, what is it called? Like just seemingly like, and you know, like super up his own ass, like obnoxious critics back in the day was Brent DiCrescenzo.
I don't think I remember that guy.
He's the one who kind of, in a way, invented the whole talking about something completely different and then going, but yeah, this album's
What? You
way of
cut
doing
out.
things.
You cut out.
Okay, you know that whole thing of like, there's a certain kind of review where the person is basically talking about something completely unrelated, and then is like, eventually,
Yeah.
what?
I
And
just
then
said, oh.
Yeah, and then like he kind of, in a way, was like a pioneer in that. He later said, like he said that behind closed doors, the ratings did not fucking matter early on. Like they were kind of arbitrary, and like now they pretend like what's his name, Ryan? I can't remember what his name is. Who runs the place? Like pretends that they actually mean some, which they still don't. They're still bullshit.
The meaningless is now systematic, if anything, and deliberate.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I wish most places did not score things. Unless it is literally like one person giving the score.
Yeah.
Otherwise it just doesn't mean anything. Cuz like
yeah.
if it's one person, you can like go back and look at other things they've scored and like kind of build what their grading curve is and
yeah.
But if it's a whole site, there's just no point.
Yeah.
But I'm still mad that they fired Tim Hotep Aku, who was like their best rap reviewer. Also, like
I'm not surprised.
I believe the situation there now is that of their 3 rap critics, only one is actually black, which is a little,
like,
you know.
Like Stephen Curse is apparently black.
Oh, is he? That's my mistake.
Yeah, he is. So that's like 2.
That's 2 out of 3. Okay, never mind.
Okay, so that's slightly better.
I still don't get why they fired Aku though. Maybe something happened behind the scenes, but if something did, I didn't know about it.
I mean, it's entirely possible. Like, I've heard things about, like, Pitchfork, like, mandating positive or negative reviews of specific things, and then they just essentially get somebody to either, you know, do a positive review of a thing that they want to push, or do a hatchet job on something that they don't like.
That sounds like conspiracy to me. I don't know about that.
No, I'm saying, like, people who used to work there said that it started to get that way.
I don't know then. Maybe. I do
that.
think, like, the thing that bothers me is when people conflate criticisms with the site with, like, a specific review that they don't like.
Oh no, I'm not even
Megan...
talking about that. I'm talking about like, that it's more like that there were, reviewers who used to work there who said that there were certain that, well, like the priority varied, but if with certain like specific things that the editor-in-chief wanted to remain buddy-buddy with certain people in the music industry and would occasionally exert pressure on or select specific people to review specific things in order to get the result he wanted.
I guess that makes sense, but I was talking about something different, to be honest. Like,
Okay, yeah.
The thing that always sticks out in my mind is people who say they hate Pitchfork, and then their go-to example is Megan Garvey's review of Yay.
Huh.
Which is like for the Kanye West album, which is a withering take on that record, but like regardless of how you feel about the album or her opinion on it, it is very clearly something that she legitimately thinks really strongly.
Yeah.
And people will just be like, "Oh, Pitchfork's been taken over by the SJWs."
That's ridiculous.
And that's where I come down, like, on Pitchfork's side in that particular instance.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go after that.
I think Garvey is one of their best critics in general. Although most of the music she reviews is not things I listen to.
Yeah, that's...
But, like, the ones where there is overlap, I tend to really like her work. Oh, hey. The chemical peel. I haven't seen this item in forever. But, yeah, I don't know. People are weird. Music journalism in general is in a very strange place. It has been for a long time.
Yeah.
People also criticize the fact that Pitchfork's reviews tend to be kind of narrativistic, but I don't really think that's inherently a problem.
I don't have an inherent problem with that. Like, again, for the same reason that, like, I mean, I can easily see a lot of people, like, understandably finding Tiny mixtapes relentlessly obtuse.
Yeah.
Or oblique.
That is about how I feel about Tiny mixtapes. I use it more as a place to get occasional recommendations than I do to actually read the reviews.
That's fair. I mean, they have, like, they're like at least they have interesting thoughts on things overall. Like,
that is true, I would say.
Yeah, like I mean, like, even if they do have a habit of, like, sometimes some of their writers really overreach on things, but it's like at least they put the thought and emotional energy into what they're writing. Like, even if I think it's like, you do not need to write a fucking college essay on the political implications of this ambient album. Like, you're fine. You're among friends.
Yeah,
it's okay.
The one that always sticks out to me was that fucking Young Thug review. Like, if people think Pitchfork is too nice to Thug, like...
I mean, like, to be fair...
That whole review is basically incomprehensible to me.
I mean, to be fair, like, Tiny mixtapes have always, like, been... Like, at least some of their rap reviewers, like, have always been, very... Like, they're... Like, I can say this is that they're not, like, snobby, depth obsessed with the the hip hop they like. They
No,
what they
I
like.
actually my issue was actually the exact opposite.
I mean, yeah, exactly. It's like, and it's weird. Is like they had a review of I think Chief Keef's second album, and it was like really like deeply sincere and super energetic, and like I I could kind of see what they were going for or
Keith,
what they meant by it, but it was
Keith's
still like
fans
I
really
didn't
love
quite get
Keith.
it.
That doesn't surprise me. But like, uh, I get the intent, which is to like give music that people might just assume does not warrant critical thought, the critical
Yeah.
thought that it actually deserves.
Yeah,
I think it is
absolutely.
possible to take that too far, and I think that the Thug review is an example of that.
Yeah, it's like
Because
the
at
thing
some
is-
at some point you're just like on a drug trip.
yeah, it's like it's the thing is like it's sort of I think the difference between like what sort of in a way is unpleasant about Pitchfork, but I can kind of like the thing is like I feel like in terms of you mentioned the whole poptimism thing with respect to Pitchfork, that like they're poptimists in denial.
Yeah.
I think that there are certain people in Tiny Mixtapes who are poptimists and don't make bones about it.
I suppose.
And it's like, and
Like
that's
the Charlie XCX stuff comes across that way to me also.
yeah, I mean, I don't agree with it, but it's like, at least you're honest about it.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know. Like, it is a little strange to go on a website like that and the only rap-related thing on the front page is the Young Thug album that came out last month. Like, it's just not... I don't know. It's weird. It's weird that I am able to get more underground rap recommendations from rapreviews.com, which is, despite its silly name, probably the actual best place for rap journalism, even still.
that doesn't surprise me.
Like, they've just got a lot of people with a lot of different tastes.
That's a good thing.
And, Flash Juan, who, I'm being slightly hypocritical here because the guy that owns the site is a white guy from, like, New York or something. But, he has a lot of knowledge under his belt. You cannot accuse
I think
the guy of not knowing his stuff.
Yeah, it's like, I think that's kind of the important part here. Is like, if you know your shit and you're respectful, that's what's important here.
And actually, that's one of the reasons I left r/hiphop heads, was just like, the whole poptimist in denial thing was very pervasive. And, like, even people who liked ostensibly, more underground music, the attitude was the same. Of this, like, I'm better than you because I listen to the good music and you do not. It was just very irritating. Which, like, if you're somebody who knows your stuff, I at least understand the attitude. Most people there did not know their stuff. Like, I am no expert on the genre by any means, and I probably never will be. But we're talking people who knew, like, significantly less than me, acting like they were, like, kings of the castle, and it was just very irritating.
Yeah. Oh, what was I gonna say? Was like um one thing that I think is, kind of unambiguously positive regarding Tiny Mixtapes quickly is their, and this is also true of the Quietus, who are, who cover a lot of stuff that's like, you know, they have a very, there has got to be something you could call like Quietus core. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
there's a certain kind of stuff they cover. It's usually from England. It's usually underground, but not necessarily like some of it is very niche, but it's like, oh, it sort of falls between niches. But it's like both Tiny Mixtapes and the Quietus do their band camp, and that I respect.
They do what?
A band camp digging.
That's fair. Yeah, like I you know, I don't like how they review the genre, but I do respect Tiny Mixtapes for being one of the few places that will even touch vaporwave.
Yeah.
Like, one of the most important musical movements of the 2010s, and nobody covers it ever. There's like 4 vaporwave reviews on Pitchfork total.
Yeah.
And most of them talk about the genre in extremely condescending terms.
Yeah.
Which is also kind of true of the stuff that Tiny Mixtapes writes about it, but at least they write more.
And I mean, even, and like the thing with, like, it, like, the thing is, like, with at least some of the reviews on Tiny Mixtapes I've seen of vaporwave stuff, it feels like at least some of them actually like the genre.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, whenever I read something by a Pitchfork reviewer about anything in that general sphere, I always feel like it was written at gunpoint, like, who hurt you? I don't really read Quietus, but I check their end-of-year list every year and find some real gems.
Oh, yeah, they have some, actually. Their end-of-year lists are really good.
Yeah, one of the things, well, no, this is another reason that I left HHH, was, like, something I've come to terms with is the fact that I'm just not that kind of into music. Like, I don't like keeping up with new releases very much. Like, there's a couple artists who are kind of like, appointment music. Like, I listened to the new Danny Brown album, like, the day it came out. But, there's not many people who are like that for me. I don't know if it's a consequence of getting older, or what, or if it's just a personality thing, but I prefer to just kind of discover music at my own pace.
Yeah, that is very understandable.
Like my big musical thing over the past week or two is I've been listening to a lot of Edgar Froese.
Who?
The guy from Tangerine Dream.
Oh!
He has a bunch of solo albums.
How is that spelled again?
Froese. He, like, I didn't even know that he had very much solo work until a YouTube channel I follow started uploading it all. So I was like, alright.
For the record, I'm not gonna ask you to pronounce it actually how it's like it is in German, like precisely, but it's like either, like the closest approximation in English would be either Froza or Freza.
Well,
or Freza.
I pronounced it like it was Pennsylvania Dutch, so my bad.
Yeah, that's a very different set of spelling conventions. Yeah, it's like Freza. I think it is, because OE is
Edgar,
like an O with an umlaut.
Edgar
right?
Friese.
Edgar Friese, annihilating the Saiyans single-handedly with keyboard music.
Is normie an anime word? Like San?
Oh dear.
The one thing I will miss about Reddit is comments like that.
Is normie an anime word?
An anime word. It's such a good turn of phrase. But, yeah, I don't know. That's what I've been listening to a lot of this week. And this morning, I listened to a thing called, like, Lost in the Dark Desert, 1 hour of desert ambient music, or whatever the hell it was. That was pretty good. It was just like some fucking mix somebody uploaded to YouTube.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
God, what have I been listening to lately?
Also listening to the Shapeshifters, but I'm always listening to the Shapeshifters. I am the only living Shapeshifters fan.
Who are they?
The rap group that AWOL1 was part of, I don't think anybody even knows who that is, really.
You've mentioned them before.
They're very weird and honestly, like, not even that good, but, like, compellingly so.
Let's see. What did I listen to most recently? Oh God. Like it's I listened to an EP or like shortish cassette album by The Body entitled, like the full title is real long, but the shorter version of the title is "Oh God Who Avenges." Do you know anything about The Body?
Nope. I thought I did for a second, and then realized I was thinking of Hacks and Cloak.
The Hacks and Cloak has worked with The Body, is probably why you were thinking that.
Oh, maybe. I'm gonna do one more run, and then we're gonna call it a night. Just to keep you informed.
The full title is, I'm looking this up. I'm not sure where it comes from. Oh God who avenges, shine forth, rise up, judge of the earth, pay back to the proud what they deserve.
And then lift your skinny fists like antennas to heaven. Do you see what I did there, Shredney?
Yes, I did. And I'm not happy about it.
Are you proud of me, Shredney?
No.
You don't like Godspeed You Black Emperor?
I like Godspeed You Black Emperor, but no. But like The Body are... Back in the day, Millie once referred to them as the most genuinely, effectively scary metal band she had ever heard in her life. And I would agree.
Not my sort of music, fan.
Yeah, they're really, really, like, unsettling. Like, they're two guys. One who does, like, drums and electronic drum stuff. And, one guy, that's Lee Buford. The other guy's Chip King. Big dude with glasses. Who plays guitar, does, like, various electronic stuff, and, you know, of, like, where, like, I saw them live and I couldn't even, like, figure out exactly what he was doing. He had, like, what looked like a mixing board in front of him, but it sounded like there were guitars. Really wild stuff.
It might have been like some kind of sampler with a guitar.
I mean, it could have. Well, it could have been, but it's like the thing was his guitar. It's like it could have been some kind of noise-generating synthesizer, but like the thing is, it's like really. It's one of those things where what precisely he was doing is kind of ambiguous. But he also does vocals. Chip King's vocals sound like a banshee.
Oh, okay.
Like, as in, like, a woman screaming. It is terrifying.
Green Mountain says that they are a fan of the collabs with Full of Hell, who I'm also not familiar with.
Full of Hell are, like, they were formerly, like, a grindcore power violence band. Now they do more death metal-y stuff, but they're still very strange and noisy, and I really like them, too. And their collaborations with The Body, there was one which was entitled I can't remember what the title.
Ascending
there
the
were, like,
Mountain of Heavy Light.
That's the most recent one, and I haven't heard that one yet. I was thinking of One Day You Will Ache Like I Ache, and the other one was, I think, No... I can't remember whether this is the title of one of
Hey, like,
the Body's albums, was No One Deserves Happiness.
Like, I don't mean to be rude to people who like or make the genre, but why is every metal album called something like that? I guess it's just like it's the aesthetic sensibility, and the reason I don't get it is because I don't really listen to metal.
Well, no, No One Deserves Happiness was just a Body album, and good album. I'm sorry, I just like I'm like my brain is melting. But yeah, One Day You Will Ache Like I Ache. I remember listening to that like when it came out in like 2016, and yeah, it's really fucking good. But yeah, not all metal albums are titled like that. It's just that the Body, a lot of their stuff draws from like old literature and religious texts in terms of their titles.
I guess it seems like it's all titled that way.
Yeah, like,
or if it's shorter, it'll be just stuff like Agony or something like that.
Yeah, that's especially like, like, so like with. I feel like black metal and doom metal lean more towards like those sort of like simple, ominous, highly emotional statements, or like longer titles, you know, that happen to have like really portentous implications. And then like death metal, it's more like, you know, it either involves gore or science fiction.
I suppose so. I mean, I can't really talk. I called one of my fucking albums Past Four Tenths. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Not all of it is titled like that. I'm sure it's not. Like, I'm stereotyping, basically. It's just, it always struck me as sort of odd. But I guess it's kind of like asking why rap albums are all called things like, you know, Hustle Hard 6.
Also,
which I
like,
think is a real album.
Also, fun fact, there is a connection very tenuously to hip-hop here, in that one of their earliest releases was a single where they covered Body Count's Cop Killer.
That seems to be the one that metal bands go for, which, like, I get it.
Because it's a crossover thrash song, which is weird because they're, like, a very idiosyncratic doom metal band. Like, a lot of their stuff is real slow, so them playing something faster is like... But it's also kind of fitting because they're, like, serious anarchists that came out of, like, the whole crust punk thing.
The swamp. Oh, okay.
Like, they're really tight with Thou, who are another
the only crust
doom
punk band I know of... I'm actually blanking on the name. It's the guys that work with the KLF.
Crap, I can't remember who you're referring to.
Extreme Noise Terror.
Extreme Noise Terror are more of a grind band, but they are from the same scene overall.
They have been described as a crust punk band to me. I have no opinion on the subject.
Like, more typical crust punk band, like, the big one is Amoebics. Who are, like, their first album is, like, if you cross Joy Division with Black Sabbath.
Fun.
But with, like, growlier, shoutier, almost hardcore-like vocals. Like, there's some Motorhead in there, too.
Did you hear that Motorhead got nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
About time.
Along with Biggie, which is random.
Weird.
But, you know.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, also, in their, like... The year that Mark E. Smith of The Fall died, along with Holger Chukai of Can, they didn't acknowledge either in their in memoriam section. And that's fucking despicable.
Who were they? I'm sorry.
Holger Chukai was the bassist of Can and really important in the development of, like, integrating...
No. I know who Holger Chukai is. I just didn't... I, like, failed to process what you said. I'm sorry.
Oh, they, like, he and Mark Smith, the leader of The Fall, both died, I think, was it last year or the year before? And there was, and at the in memoriam thing, in the in memoriam thing for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, neither of them were there.
That,
and that's really fucking insulting.
Sucks, but the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's main thing seems to be caring about how famous you were. So I kind of get
it. I
in a very gross way. I kind of get why they didn't get brought up because
which is funny because of how many
I feel like the demographic for that is people who would look at Holger and be like, oh, who was that?
And it's also especially but it's what makes it really particularly insulting to me is that these guys were really influential on a bunch of people who you already have in there, or are shoo-in nominees whenever it actually comes up. So what the fuck?
Yeah, but I feel like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is a very cynical operation, and they just don't care about
it.
Kind of thing.
It's bullshit. It's so much bullshit.
As a huge fan of hip hop, people rejoiced when they I think Grandmaster Flash was the first rap act that got in.
Yeah.
But that was a really obvious, cynical, relevancy move
thing. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't get why people cared. It's like the Grammys on steroids.
Yeah,
Your ability to play this game while having a conversation is foreign to me. There's a couple games, Isaac is not one, where I actually play them better while I'm not focusing entirely on the game. But it's a learned skill.
But yeah, the Body have some of the best titles for anything ever. Even the Saints knew their hour of failure and loss. All the waters of the earth turn to blood. The cold, suffocating dark goes on forever, and we are alone.
Who let these guys have access to my middle school journals? That's a dunk more on myself than on them.
Yeah, I know. You whom I have always hated. No one deserves happiness. One day you will ache like I ache. Ascending a mountain of heavy light is
hold
cool and more.
All of these are very grim. Exception. Yeah. One day you will ache like I ache sounds like an old guy at a retirement home complaining to one of the people that works there.
Fair enough. I have fought against it, but I can't any longer. Was I think their second most. Yeah.
That's what a werewolf says before he transforms for the first time.
Actually, the context for that one is really depressing.
No, it's a werewolf.
I know where it's from.
I do too. It's a werewolf.
Do you know who Virginia Woolf was?
Yes, actually, I do.
Okay. That was a line from the note she left when she walked into a river with stones in her pockets.
I actually knew that, and I was trying to lighten the mood. It's okay.
Yeah.
I had a thing about Virginia Woolf in high school, I think, during our literature class. It was not super extensive, but as soon as you said Virginia Woolf, I was like, oh, alright.
So you know the context of that quote.
Yeah, which is why I was kind of trying to steer the conversation somewhere else. But
I do find,
okay.
I do find that it's like kind of funny when like our pools of knowledge wind up like overlapping in these strange
Yeah.
ways.
The fact that we are both the only living fans of Cloud Dead.
I have not listened to enough Cloud Dead at all.
You need to listen to their self-titled.
Feels
It's
like
like
I'm
actually
walking on
one of my
sunshine,
favorite albums ever.
wizard.
Avra is a fan of theirs, if I'm not mistaken.
Do they prefer the self-titled, or do they prefer 10?
I believe the self-titled.
Okay, good. Because the self-titled is the better album.
I don't even know if they've listened to 10.
10
Yes.
is alright, in my opinion.
Okay.
It's more structured and therefore worse. They're one of those groups. I actually don't really like anything that most of the people in Cloud Dead have done since. Like, I like some of Dose 1's soundtrack work. I don't like any of Yanni Wolf's stuff. Odd Nosdom, I'm just not really sure what he's been up to be honest.
I can't remember what his, which one was the one that went on to do Y?
That's Yanni Wolf.
Yeah, I actually like what I've heard from Y, but I kind...
It's,
Hmm.
I get why people would like it. For me, it is evocative of a very specific era in underground music that I am glad is behind us.
Like, how so?
I would describe Yoni Wolf's work with Y as Anticon core. It is like all of the tendencies of that label, for better and worse. And I am largely not a fan of Anticon.
Okay, then.
It's sort of hard to explain. It's like, you know, how people sometimes describe music as being like genre for people who don't like genre.
Yeah.
Kinda where I think Y are.
Like, I can recognize that they are doing a very, like they feel only tenuously like a hip-hop act.
I feel like their later stuff where they kind of just go full indie rock is a little bit better for that reason.
Yeah, it's
Although
like,
I'm not
yeah,
huge on
that's,
that either.
and like, I'm not, you know, honestly, I don't have a problem with that sort of thing. I don't, but the fact is I'm not compartmentalizing it in the same place as I do, like, you know, hip-hop mentally.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I'm assessing it more as, like, hip-hop inflected, like, sort of, like, experimental rock music, basically.
Yeah. It's not my jam. Yeah, you could
That's
easily
fair.
make the same complaint about Cloud Dead, for the record. I wouldn't,
Yeah.
but you could.
Yeah, like, I mean, it does seem like a continuation of certain trends in Cloud Dead's music.
I like their stuff where they are more out there and, like, free roaming, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I like the self-titled is that it's basically an ambient album, too. Like, it's a little hard to explain. It's a good album. But, yeah, I don't know. It's just not my cup, I suppose.
Yeah.
You know who I did like on Anticon? I don't even know if he still makes music, is Soul. Who I think is probably best remembered today for having been in a feud with LP at one point.
Huh.
And, because cred still mattered at the time, LP recorded him, like Soul called him at home and was like, I would like, I want to resolve this, I love Company Flow, blah, blah, blah. and LP recorded him saying that because I guess the guy just taps his phone, and made a diss track out of that, and it didn't end Soul's career, but like it didn't help things.
Oof.
A song is called Linda Tripp, and it's actually quite good, but I like
That's
Soul
kind of
too.
that's kind of fucking harsh.
Yeah, a little bit. Anyway, that was me streaming Magic Planet Live.
Yay!
Snap. We will be around for Shapes and Forms at the usual time, which, if you are new, is 9 p.m. Eastern on Thursday evening. We will be playing GeoGuessr and then 2 other games. I'm not sure what other games, but we'll figure that out.
Yay!
See you guys around.
Okay. See you.